The fences, and he's fallen in one and won the other three. How good do you think he is?
He's a very, very good horse on very heavy ground. Like, I think if he stays on his feet today, he'll take very, very good to beat him. And like his races, his two races, he's very little experience. His first race in Navan, he just wasn't really sparking, and it wasn't really a race for him. Like, he was in very, very moderate opposition, and I wouldn't even class it as being a race for him. Then he comes along to Leopardstown, and he was unfortunate to fall at the last. But the next day in Gordon Park, it was a very moderate contest again, and it was only really a school for him. So he's only had two proper races.
Ken Morgan, well, he'll be doing his best, and Jim Draper has done marvellous to get this horse here because he had a big scare. His off hind leg blew up, and they've only just got him back in time. Ken Morgan just riding and chatting away there to Richard Dunwoody. Bonanza Boy there, number 2, and his lash, you know, looks after this one, has been given £100 each way bet on Bonanza Boy, having won the Racing Post Chase, so she'll certainly be hoping it goes well. There's little Cabby's Clown. Joe Oliver bred this one. The dam of this little fella here, you know, only ran once, had to be retired with a bad heart. That won't worry jockey Russ Arnott. Let's hear what he's got to say about his mount.
Russ, all the talk for weeks really has been about Desert Orchid in this race, but you ride his stable companion Cabby's Clown, and you must be delighted with all this rain.
Yes, absolutely delighted. Yeah, couldn't have come any better, really. I do.
He's a little terrier of a horse. He was second here last year. Have you been pleased with him this season?
He's got better and better as the season's gone on. His jumping hasn't been perfect. We had a little bit of back trouble after Haydock. I was very pleased with him at Wincanton, apart from 1 or 2 mistakes. I think now he's better than ever.
Is 12 stone a bit much for him in these conditions?
It's a light weight to carry. They carried it last year. You know, without the mistake, he'd have been much closer, so I'm very, very hopeful.
And what would your name be like back at the stable tonight if you do beat Desert Orchid?
Well, I think Cabby's Clown's got 1 or 2 supporters, but I think obviously most people want Desert Orchid to win. But I think they all like the 1-2, really.
And the best of luck to both of them.
Thank you very much.
Yes, that would be something, and there they are, the 2 stable companions. They'll have seen a lot of each other on the Whitesbury gallops, and now there they are standing together. Desi just standing and pondering for a minute. You know, he knows what all this is about, and you can see those dark patches now, the patches on his body, all behind his girth. That is sweat. It shows he's really geared up for the job, but the mud on his legs just indicates to you how sloppy it is. But I agree with Ken Morgan, you know, galloping through wet ground is not at all difficult. It's much easier than the sticky ground when it starts to dry out. In about 3 days' time, you wouldn't want to be jumping around here. But this is the important day, and I wonder, will Desi be able to rise to it? He's only won the once on a left-handed track. The conditions seem to be going against him, but trainer David Ellsworth said he doesn't think he'll be too inconvenienced. They're trotting up. I think Michael Sayers must be up on his rostrum because they're all getting to the business end here. 11-4 Desert Orchid, Carville's Hill 5s, 10 plus 5s, 7-1 bar, and here we have Peter O'Sullivan.
Under starters orders.
The 13 runners under starters orders. Captain Michael Sayers about to start his last Gold Cup.
Wait.
Ask the jockeys to wait.
No.
No, John, sideways. He's a spooky bugger, this one.
I'm waiting for Cabby's Clown to take a turn. Get straight, the rest of you. Lead him in at the back. Come on. Go with it.
Down away.
Go on.
And to a great roar from the crowd, they race to the first of the 22 fences. Bonanza Boy over on the far side, Desert Orchid in the center of the fence, Charter Party and Slalom between horses. Cabby's Clown jumps it last, and Desert Orchid has gone to the front as they race to the second. Desert Orchid from 10 plus towards the near side. Charter Party and Slalom and Yahoo and Bonanza Boy, and behind them come Pegwell Bay, and behind Pegwell is West Tip, and then the Thinker, then Golden Freeze, Ballyhane, Carville's Hill and Cabby's Clown. Desert Orchid swings round this first turn in the lead from 10 plus and Charter Party, with just behind them Slalom, Bonanza Boy and Yahoo. Then Pegwell Boy on the far side is West Tip, then the Thinker, Ballyhane, Golden Freeze, Carville's Hill over the third, and Cabby's Clown. They race now down towards the water. Desert Orchid. From Charter Party and 10 Plus, Yahoo on the far side, Pegwell Bay on the near side. Slalom was between horses. All safely over the water and racing now to the first of the ditches with Desert Orchid on the inside of Charter Party as they jump it. 10 Plus right up with them. Another plain one before the second ditch. Desert Orchid at the 6th from Charter Party and 10 Plus. Pegwell Bay and Yahoo. And it looks as though Golden Freeze has gone at that one. Golden Freeze has gone at that. 12 left. The next ditch, Desert Orchid lands from Charter Party and Pegwell Bay. And Carville's Hill's gone there. The Hope of Ireland has gone at the second ditch. This is the 8th. Desert Orchid lands in the lead from Charter Party and Pegwell Bay. 10 Plus on the outside. As they run downhill, Yahoo comes next, then Slalom, then Bonanza Boy. The two loose horses seem to be all right, Carville's Hill and Golden Freeze. Over the 9th, Desert Orchid lands in the lead from Charter Party and Pegwell Bay. 10 Plus. Then on the outside, Yahoo. West Tip's not far behind the lead. Nor's the Thinker. Bonanza Boy on the inside. This is the 10th. Desert Orchid lands in the lead. 10 Plus, Charter Party, Pegwell Bay, Yahoo. And the Thinker's gone at that one. The Thinker has gone. Horse and jockey up all right. So 10 left now in the 1989 Girl Cup as they run down towards the fence. It'll be the second last on the next circuit. Number 11 this time of the 22 fences, and it's Desert Orchid from 10 Plus and Charter Party and Pegwell Bay and Yahoo and Slalom and Bonanza Boy, and behind them Ballyhane, West Tip and Cavie's Clown getting closer to the front all the time. Desert Orchid on the far side, in the center of the fence, 10 Plus. On the near side, Cavie's Clown, then Yahoo, then Charter Party and Pegwell Bay. Mistake there by Bonanza Boy. Desert Orchid on the inside of Cavie's Clown and 10 Plus. These three almost matching strides. 10 Plus taking a fractional advantage now from Desert Orchid. Cavie's Clown on the inside. Charter Party 4-5 Yahoo, 6 Slalom, 7 and 8 are Pegwell Bay and West Tip. 9 is Bonanza Boy and 10 Ballyhane as they run downhill now with 10 left to jump. 10 Plus just in the lead now from Desert Orchid on the inside. Over this one, Desert Orchid again on the inside of 10 Plus as they run down to the water. Bonanza Boy going well up on the outside. Slalom is still well in contention. So is Yahoo. Desert Orchid on the inside, on the far side, 10 Plus, then Charter Party, then Cavie's Clown, Slalom, Bonanza Boy, and Yahoo and Pegwell Bay. Mistake there by West Tip as they race towards the 16th now. 10 Plus, Cavie's Clown, Desert Orchid, Yahoo. Now racing to the final ditch. 6 from home and 10 Plus has taken a 3-length advantage from Desert Orchid. Charter Party, the former winner, is 3rd. Yahoo is 4. Cavie's Clown 5. Pegwell Bay 6. Beautiful jump by Desert Orchid, takes him within a length of 10 Plus. In 3rd, Charter Party. Slalom was a faller there. Yahoo is 4th. Ballyhane is back in 5th now, 5 from home. 10 Plus landed in the lead from Desert Orchid 2nd, Charter Party 3rd, Yahoo 4, Ballyhane 5, Cavie's Clown 6, running downhill now, and it's 4 to jump now with 10 Plus with a 4-length advantage over Desert Orchid, still in there fighting. Yahoo coming there, he loves the mud on the far side. Charter Party in 4th, 10 Plus, Desert Orchid, then Yahoo, then Charter Party, then Ballyhane. Racing down now towards the 3rd last in the Gold Cup, and as they do so, it's 10 Plus being pressed by Desert Orchid, then Yahoo. Behind them comes Charter Party. This is the 3rd last now. Desert Orchid, and 10 plus has gone. He's left Desert Orchid in the lead. It's Desert Orchid now as they race to the home turn from Yahoo, chasing him all the time and trying to get up on the inside with Charter Party third. Desert Orchid and Yahoo now as they race round the home turn. There's very little between them. Yahoo on the far side. He's gone on now from Desert Orchid towards the near side. Yahoo from Desert Orchid, and Desert Orchid looks as though he's tiring in the ground. Yahoo, who loves the mud, is full of running at the second last. Yahoo jumps from Desert Orchid, but Desert Orchid is running. He's trying to come again towards the near side. It's Yahoo on the far side. Desert Orchid towards the near side. Desert Orchid's accelerating as they come to the last. Yahoo on the far side. Desert Orchid on the near side. It's Desert Orchid on the near side. Yahoo on the far side. Desert Orchid drifting over towards the stand side. He's beginning to get up. Desert Orchid is beginning to get up as they race towards the line. There's a tremendous cheer from the crowd as Desert Orchid is going to win it. Desert Orchid has won the Gold Cup. Yahoo is second. Third is Charter Party. Simon Sherwood punches the air. Desi has done it. Desert Orchid's won it from Yahoo and Charter Party. And a long way back will be the only other finisher. Bonanza Boy is going to be the only other to finish from the 13 starters in the 1989 Gold Cup, and the first to congratulate Simon Sherwood there is Richard Dunwoody. Richard Dunwoody on the 1988 winner, Charter Party. And so Simon retains his fantastic unbeaten record on this fantastic grey. 9 rides, 9 wins. Congratulations from the second there, from Tom Morgan, who gave such a great opposition to him on Yahoo. Let me just repeat the official result of the 1989 Cheltenham Gold Cup as the cheers ring out for number 6, Desert Orchid, owned by Mr. Richard Burridge, trained by David Ellsworth, written by Simon Sherwood. Second was number 14, Yahoo, owned by Mr. Alan Parker, Mr. Howard Parker, trained by John Edwards and written by Tom Morgan. And third was number 5, Charter Party, owned by Mrs. Jenny Moe and Mrs. Claire Smith, trained by David Nicholson and written by Richard Dunwoody. And fourth, the only other to finish, Bonanza Boy. You've never heard cheers like this at Cheltenham. The crowd going absolutely wild. Here's a horse who knows he's won the Gold Cup. Here's Desert Orchid, winner of 27 of his 54 races. The cheers echoing round the Cotswolds, the snow-capped Cotswolds as they are this afternoon, as Desert Orchid has defied the slush and the mud and the wet to break his Cheltenham hoodoo. There's Richard Burridge there, who owns 50% of him. His father, Jimmy Burridge, who bred him, 67-year-old father, a city lawyer, who bred him, owns 25%, and Jimmy Burridge's former partner, Simon Ballymore, owns 25% too in this marvellous horse, bred originally from a 100-pound mare, and he has really brought the crowds to their feet in this magnificent natural arena in the Cotswolds this afternoon. Under a beautiful ride from Simon Sherwood. Never touches him, leaves it for him to do it. Just gave him a smack to keep him concentrating in this ground. But I doubt if Desert Orchid will bear him any malice for that, or if he really seriously felt it. West Tip, the former Grand National winner, following him in, and everybody wanting to congratulate Simon Sherwood and to pat this charismatic grey in the race in which Golden Freeze was the first to go. Ireland's Hope went later, Carville's Hill, and in which the official margin was 1.5 lengths, with 8 lengths separating second and third.
Just before he comes back in, look at this now as Desert Orchid goes to the last upsides with Yahoo, lands a bit steep, and Yahoo actually gets away that little bit quicker. In behind last year's winner, Charter Party, far from disgraced. But this horse has always had great guts. One more to jump. This is the one he lands a bit steep. Look, he goes in short and lands a bit steep. In fact, Yahoo landed steep as well, but just got away. In these extremely testing conditions, it's all down to guts in the end, and guts are one thing he's had. He drifts over, and they get mighty close there, but Simon Sherwood, quick to see the danger, puts his stick down, hands and heels, and he knows this horse well. And by golly, what a feeling as he raises his hand in salute to the crowd, who really love him, and they're just waiting here now at the side for him to come in, and he's not very far away.
The 5-2 favourite, everybody's favourite. And even the bookmakers will be cheering this favourite. Just everybody wants to get close to him. You're not picking up sound effects at the moment, but I'm sure you will soon. And if you were, I can assure you that the applause is absolutely deafening as Simon Sherwood punches the air. And Desert Orchid enters the most coveted arena in the National Hunt world. The end of the Gold Cup, this and Aintree's #1 spot after the Grand National, just incomparable. Well, Desert Orchid's getting a fair massaging from his supporters. Wonderful moment this for Rodney Bolt, who rides him out every day, and for Janice Coyle, his faithful lad. 3 cheers you probably picked up there for this marvellous team. That's Jimmy Burridge. Kissing Simon Sherwood, who's congratulated there by David Nicholson. David, who trained Charter Party, of course. That's Richard Burridge putting the sheet on him. He has been through agonies today. That was Brown, of course, his former rider, and Simon returning to the weighing room, being applauded and congratulated by anybody who can get near him. His 53rd winner of a great season. Janice Coyle there with our hero as Simon enters the weighing room. He weighs in. Johnny Buckingham congratulates him. Johnny Buckingham, who is valid, who won the Grand National, and Foynavan, of course. That's Peter Hobbs in the West Tip colours. And there's Janice Coyle with Desi and Richard Burridge. A script writer who's never had a better subject. Who is in fact, has in fact been commissioned to write a book on everybody's favorite. So as the crowd cheer him still, here are the starting prices on a memorable 1989 Tote Cheltenham Gold Cup.
First, number 6, Desert Orchid, 5-2 favourite. Second, number 14, Yahoo, 25-1. And third, number 5, Charter Party, 14-1. First, Desert Orchid, 5-2 favourite. Second, Yahoo, 25-1. And third, Charter Party, 14-1.
Well, it was a Gold Cup full of drama, and the fallers started early in the race. This was the first one to go. At the back of the field, Golden Freeze, Brendan Sheridan the rider, big horse, hit the fence hard, and that was the end of Golden Freeze. There's Desi with his loving owner and his jockey Simon Sherwood's now with Jonathan Powell.
Simon Sherwood, wonderful, wonderful moment.
Yeah, it was a moment I'll never ever forget. You know, I'm fighting the tears back at the moment.
How would you describe this wonderful horse?
Considering he hated the ground, every second of it he hated it. He's jumped fantastically, but I've never known a horse as brave. You know, he's dug as deep as he could possibly dig up that hill, and 2 or 3 times after I was beat, it was halfway up the hill, he just dug as deep as he could get to find that little bit to go and win.
Those of us who were hoping against hope he would win in the ground thought he was well beaten when Yahoo went past and went clear.
Yeah, once I got rid of, once Kevin Mooney's horse went down, I thought, well, I'm all right now. I couldn't believe how well Tom Morgan's horse was going. And then I thought, well, he's got me beat. And I'm struggling and fought, and I've just managed to fight a bit back going to last. Jumped it, I'm still thinking I'm beat. Halfway up running. I could feel him just dig as hard as he could. He's got to let, and once he's got there all right. He started to go away again, but as brave as the day comes on, you know, considering the ground, which he hated.
And have you ever known a reception like that, Simon?
No, never. You know, I thought a Whitbread was great, and this is even better. You know, he deserves to have that sort of following.
Were you very worried when the rain came?
Yeah, I was mortified. When I got here, I was staying up at Nigel Twiston Davis just up the road, and there was 3.5 inches of snow out on the ground this morning. I thought, that's it, you know. Got here, saw all the rain come down, I thought, well, Lord isn't smiling on us today. And I must confess, all I was praying was that it was going to be abandoned, and we might run here in a month's time. And I was very pessimistic down at the start, yes.
What on earth is there left for him to achieve now?
Not a lot, not a lot. He's the best by a long, long way. He's amazing. He's reached every height he could possibly reach.
And of course, you're still unbeaten on him. Many, many congratulations.
Well done, Simon. Well done, Simon.
Toughest interview I think that Simon Sherwood would ever do. A Gold Cup that lived up to almost everything it promised to be. Show me a man.